People say that every person in New York City has a story to tell about his or her life. Our story begins in 1945, when Philip Raven was born in New York City. So, who is Philip Raven? Philip Raven was born deaf. His parents and other people in his family are deaf also. His wife and children, some cousins, and other relatives are deaf. Philip had no problem learning how to sign when he was very young. His parents taught him how to sign as soon as they could. At the very young age of 3, young Philip was sent to a residential deaf school. This school was in a neighborhood of New York City called Manhattan. The school was called the Lexington School for the Deaf. After 1968, it moved to Jackson Heights. Lexington used to be an oral school. This means that deaf and hard of hearing students are taught some speech also. Young Philip communicated in sign language with his parents, but his parents thought it was important to learn how to speak too. From 1953 to 1961, Philip attended the New York School for the Deaf in White Plains, New York. In 1961, Philip graduated from the New York School for the Deaf. He then attended Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C. In 1966, Philip graduated from Gallaudet University with a bachelor's degree in business administration. He then started his career as a programmer at Connecticut General Life Insurance. In 1968, Philip began work at a company called IBM. The letters IBM stand for International Business Machines. IBM is a very large company. IBM makes computers. These computers are sent all around the world. Philip enjoyed working at IBM and being the company's first deaf manager for many years. In 1993, Philip took an early retirement from work at IBM. He worked there for 25 years. In 1982, Mr. Braven became a member of the Board of Trustees at Gallaudet University. A trustee helps the president of the university make important decisions. Mr. Braven became the first deaf chairman of the board in 1988. Although he no longer serves as the board's chair, he continues to be an active member on the board today. He is also the president of the Lexington School for Directors. In 1995, Philip Braven also narrated the video about cochlear implants called Cochlear Implants Covering the Basics. Due to the fact that the deaf community viewed him as a leader and educator, he was a natural choice. That video deals with the pros and cons of cochlear implants and gives a general background on the ear and hearing loss. Today, Mr. Braven keeps very busy. He is very active with many different jobs. He started his own company called Yes, You Can. This company provides marketing and services for deaf programs and deaf schools.